Welcome to Moose Plays, everyone. I'm the Liquor Moose, and today we'll be going over Season 3 Week 8 match against Jordan, who's coach of the Purdy Primeapes. So he's got a lot of flying mons. He does have the Noivern and Staraptor, which he brought. He also has Moltres on his team. Excadrill, obviously a huge threat, along with, even though he didn't bring it, the Mega Heracross, which is something I really needed to watch out for, as I know how big of a wall breaker it can be from Season 1. He also has Nidoking, which is a huge threat that I needed to address. And Dragalge is obviously a big wall breaker. The one thing that I do have a niche over is that Jordan is relatively new to Pokemon in general. So if there's anything, it would just be essentially him playing himself, I guess is the best way to describe that. So going over the team I brought, because I just wanted to try something like fun, really, for the Mega Heracross. So I went with a physically defensive Mudsdale, because with the skill link that Mega Heracross has, each hit from something like Bullet Seed or Rock Blast increases Mudsdale's defense by 1 with each stamina hit. So, which actually means that Bullet Seed cannot 2-hit KO this. I'm pretty sure Close Combat can, even after 2 leftovers recovery plus the +1. But still, it was just something I wanted to try, just to kind of be fun with it. But as you can see, didn't bring the Mega Heracross, so this automatically becomes the Excadrill check, and can somewhat check Staraptor as well. The Nidoking, once again, was a huge threat, even though he didn't bring it. So to counter that, Assault Vest Seismitoad once again, with I believe Knockoff, Earthquake, Rock Slide, and I don't remember. I'll be honest. Didn't get a whole lot. One thing in my team building error, I know I should have given this Water Absorb specifically because he does have Kingler and Crabhammer can hurt. But I guess I gave it Poison Touch instead. I don't really know why. It's not like I'm running Poison Jab on this one. And to note, the Mudsdale is carrying Earthquake, Heavy Slam, Toxic Protect. Moltres was on his team, so it cannot touch, barring HP Ground, cannot touch, especially defensive Heatran. Carrying Lava Plume, Stealth Rock, Toxic, and Ancient Power because of the Moltres specifically, but can still hit the Staraptor and Noivern just fine. I just wanted a general physical attacker, so Megalop was definitely the one to go to for that. Enough speed to outspeed the fastest thing on his team, which is the Noivern, carrying Return, High Jump Kick, Ice Punch, and I don't remember the last move. It might have been Fake Out, just to guarantee KOs on bulkier Pokemon. In the same vein as the Lopunny, I wanted just a good special attacker for the match, so as Elf it is. Just the usual Nasty Plot, Psychic Thunderbolt, Flamethrower. Very good coverage for the match. And because of the threat of both Excadrill and Mega Heracross, Mudsdale can't handle that alone, so another blanket check for it is physically defensive Skarm, carrying Spikes, Brave Bird, Toxic and Roost, I believe. Maybe not Toxic, maybe it's something else. Maybe it's Whirlwind, but regardless. So looking at his team, first of all, the first thing I noticed is that his Noivern Staraptor core cannot touch my Heatran Skarm core. So I think the one thing I wanted to do was get Spikes up, and just get Hazards up as fast as possible, just because of the 2 flyers here. So I'm going to lead with Skarm, because really, other than Alolan Raichu, it's a good lead. So I didn't want to run into any C leads Excadrill, so I didn't want to run into Banded shenanigans where he could 2-hit KO me. So I want to go into Mudsdale here, as he actually does go into Alolan Raichu. Alolan Raichu doesn't really touch this, barring Grass Knot, so I Scout with Protect, and he goes with Surf, which again could actually hurt me. So I do go into Seismitoad, as he actually goes into his Staraptor here. Once again, the whole surf thing. This would have been an easier click for me if he just had water absorb instead of poison touch. That's just my fault. I don't know why. I went with poison touch instead. So anyways, I go into Mudsdale to see how much damage that Starscream can actually do to Mudsdale. You see, it does about 44%. So he's gonna go into his Dragalge. I just wanted to get the safe heavy slam off, just to chip whatever he decides to switch in with. So here, I'm gonna go into Heatran. I was honestly just expecting him to go a poison or dragon move, which Heatran is glad to take. But he actually clicks Focus Blast, so that's a good play on him. Unfortunately, that's basically just 50% of Heatran's health down the drain because that was just a bad click by me. As I go back into Seismitoad to tank it, and he switches out, which leads me to believe that he's Specs. I try firing off an Earthquake, but he does go into the Staraptor. So I go into Skarmory because, once again, this thing cannot touch Skarmory. Noivern can't touch Heatran. So as you see, he's going to go into Noivern here. I'm just going to safely set up spikes. So this is a very easy switch out for me into Heatran. As he, I believe, goes for Boom Burst, which I'm perfectly happy to take. He does switch out here, which also leads me to believe that he is also Specs. So I just easily set up Stealth Rock, and this is once again an easy click into Skarmory to tank whatever hit. So he does choose to go for Close Combat. I think I go for Roost here, because if he stays in and tries Close Combat again, I just don't want to get like caught on any like crit shenanigans. He does go into the Excadrill here. So he's seeing that he's probably going to spin, I just go into Mudsdale. As I want to preserve Skarmory specifically for Staraptor. Plus get a stamina boost off a Rapid Spin is pretty nice, because it's basically a free defense boost. As he tries to go for Earthquake, does little to me. I also fire off an Earthquake of my own. Get a crit, I did calc it, the crit did not matter. Get a little lucky that he didn't go into Staraptor. As he goes into the Alolan Raichu, I think oh no, I just switched out. I should have probably protected there, just to get a little more health back. Once again, the whole Water Absorb thing coming back to bite me, but whatever. As I think I tried firing off an Earthquake here. Once again, makes the right move into the Staraptor, but that's an easy click for me to go back into Skarmory. It's basically a free switch, honestly. He can't touch it. So with his spinner gone, time to set up hazards again. Get up a layer of spikes and Stealth Rock. So he goes into the Noivern here, and once again, basically a free switch into to Heatran, as he, I believe, goes for the Draco Meteor here. Does pretty much nothing to Heatran. So I believe he goes. Let's see what he goes into. He goes into Kingler here. So this was, like I said before, like the big reason why not having Water Absorb on Seismitoad's a big deal. This would have been an easy, like, he's clearly going to click, he's easily going to click Crab Hammer here, and I could just go into Seismitoad to eat it all up, but but I can't really do that, and I don't really want to sack this off, because right now this is a decent check to Dragalge, so I pretty much have to sack something off here, and with the Excadrill gone, Mudsdale's pretty much done its job, so I'm just going to sack Mudsdale to the incoming Crab Hammer. As then I'm just going to go into a Zelf here. Afterwards, easily KO back with Thunderbolt, or get a good chunk off of anything that wants to switch into the Thunderbolt. So yeah, then he goes into Dragalge, I believe. I'm not really sure why. I'm clearly faster than the Dragalge, so I just click Psychic here. But after that, I think he goes into Staraptor. I was pretty sure that this was Scarfed, so I didn't want to lose Azelf just yet. So easily back into Skarmory, as he does reveal to have the U-turn. And he goes into the Noivern here. Once again, easy click into Heatran. I believe this time he goes for Flamethrower. Yeah, he does. So this is pretty prime for me to just fire off a Lava Plume on the incoming either Staraptor or Alolan Raichu. Don't quite get the KO on Alolan Raichu. I'm just gonna stay in because I was pretty sure he didn't have Focus Blast, and if he did, I can live one hit. But he actually chose to have the Z move, which is Shattered Psyche, instead of the Stoge Spark Surfer. I think that actually does more. But anyways, the Alolan Raichu's down, and he just goes into Staraptor here. Once again, easy click into Skarm. Like, these two can't touch. Noivern and Staraptor cannot touch Heatran and Skarmory. So this was easy to close out the game, and we actually get the 5-0 win. This match was a while ago, so sorry for like not remembering every single play. Had 2 midterms this week, so I need to study for that. Yeah, but regardless, that was pretty much the game. My team worked out like really well. I'm unfortunately a little sad that I didn't get to do like the Mudsdale shenanigans with the Mega Heracross. I think that would have been really funny to see, just to try out. But yeah, I think next week I did also have the Ancient Power as I showed here, because again the Moltres is a threat to everything except for the Heatran. But yeah, so we get the 5-0 win here. Next week, which is week 9, it's a big one for us. It's against Mark, who is coach of Flavortown, featuring Guy Fieri. So yeah, we're facing him. It's big in general because I think he has, I don't remember how many wins he has, but he's X and 3 and we're X and 2, so it's pretty big as far as standings go. And yeah, it's also just a bragging rights match because whoever wins will just non-stop let the other person know. So yeah, big match ahead into week 9, and keep your eye on the channel for the week 9 battle. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.